Hello, everybody. John Osborne here. Let's take a look at what's going on in some of the forex markets. We'll start out with the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. You can see that we've had some nice move up, and what caused that was a break above this weekly double pivot that we saw here. We saw a pivot here, here. We broke above that in the last week, and this week we're already rocketing higher, and that's this movement that we're seeing here. Here's that same trend line here, and we have some pretty good strength on our daily 240 and weekly momentum, MACD, especially in the or even in the monthly. So watch for this market to head higher. In the Aussie US dollar, you can see that we were fighting inside of this very large weekly pennant, and we were following up, getting close to running up underneath this previous trend line right through here, went up to that this previous downtrend line, tested it pretty much, and just reversed back down again. So you can see that we are likely to continue a little bit lower here. Look at the daily, the MACD coming down here, and we're getting some signals that we might want to head a little bit lower here. If we had to pick a target on the bottom, we can watch this weekly trend line for support. Let's look at the CAD yen. In the CAD yen, you can see we've got this interesting daily pennant or wedge type pattern here, and we have this support trend line along the bottom. And about sometime last week, or at the end of the week before, we broke through it, came back up on the other side of that line, and now we're trying to come back down through it. One reason why I think we are going to head lower is if you look at our MACD, we're really heading down here. We're losing a little bit of our energy, but we're still got a pretty good angle on our way down. And look how bearish we are on the weekly as well. So I'll be looking for the CAD yen to head lower, but I might hesitate from getting in until we can get below 84.182. Look at the New Zealand dollar loonie. We can see that we broke through the bottom of this pennant, and I've drawn this line to connect these 2 points, and I think we could get a little more accurate if we drew to the top of this previous swing. But I like the fact that this demonstrates that we've broken through, we went up and retested this line, and it kind of confirms this pattern that we're seeing here and the strength of breaking down through the bottom. So we've got some pretty good bearishness here on the daily. The 240 looks really bearish, and we're looking bearish on our weekly. So I'd be looking to come down to test around 0.93456. If we can break through that, then I would suggest that we'd come down to our lows on the weeklies, which is around 0.92001. If we break down through there, we'll look for some other possible points before that on our daily. We'll explain that out. Let's go ahead and look finally at the dollar CAD. You can see we get a little bit of a consolidation as we broke above here, and that break above was, interestingly, started out as a break of this down trend line on the daily, and first we broke that back on February 21st, came up and tested the previous swing high, which was 1.32114, came back down and went down below that trend line again, and then rocketed back up right through that. Once we got above that previous resistance, we accelerated up and brought us right up to the 1.33866 resistance, and that's where we are right now. So we're taking a little bit of a breather before we continue on up to 1.35978, and you can see the daily is pretty strong, and the 240 is taking that breather, and that's probably reflecting the little bit of a pause that we see here. So hopefully we'll see MACD turn back up again, and we'll be in alignment with what's going on with the weekly. We've broken above the weekly trend line over here as well in that move. So let's watch for the dollar CAD to head higher. And that'll do it for today. I'll see you soon.